Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. Today, we'll be talking about in-house platform bundling capabilities. There are two options, one of which is somewhat new to Ticketforce, flex bundling. We feel that packaging and bundling can help any of our clients find new ways to generate revenue. Here are a few creative ways you can use flex bundling. Event recommendations. For example, you can bundle similar shows that when purchased together offer the customer a discount. Another idea is upsells, where non-ticket items can be bundled with tickets. This might include merchandise, parking, meals, or VIP experiences. We'll also cover FlexPass discounts, which are great for customers that may not be able to purchase your entire season, but would like to buy more than one event. Packaging and bundling allows you to give your patrons more options and incentivize online purchases. Hopefully by the end, you'll have some ideas on how you can use bundles. Amy and I would be happy to work with you to brainstorm solutions. On that note, I'll let Amy get to the demo.
All right, thanks, Dan. I'm clapping for Dan. Well, I was going to say, it's a little more of your first hosting, right?
Yeah.
Webinar type experience. So, all right, well, thank you everybody for joining us today. I'm going to cover two things as Dan mentioned. But first, we're going to go over bundling, packaging, and then all of the possibilities within your system that you currently have. Then second, I'm going to highlight the new Flex bundles so you can decide for your organization if you'd like to switch to the Flex bundles, if it's going to be right for you and all the things that you need to accomplish. All right, so I'm first going to hop out of this screen here, and we're going to hop over to the back end of the system. All right, so the first option is let's go over a package. In your ticket system, you do have the option to create a package. It's a fixed subscription, so it means this customer gets the same seats across all of the performances. So it's right over here, events and performances, and then you can see your packages right here. So I'm going to hop over to the public site though so you guys can see that. Oops. All right, so here's my package here. So again, in packages, the customer or the box office user only has to select the seats once. So they put the package in their cart, they select the seats, and then they get the same seats across all of the performances. This means then that the performances do have to have the same seat map, the same reserved seat map. The seat basically has to exist in all the performances for someone to be able to reserve it. Finally, when selling the package, obviously then the seat has to be available across all those performances. Otherwise, it's not going to show it available for sale within that package sale. So if I, for example, click in here into Orchestra 1, I think I'm not a robot. I'm not too sure. So again, it's all these seats that it's showing that are available are going to be available across all of the performances that are put in there. So a package is a good option for, again, those fixed traditional packages where, one, the shows that are in the package are fixed and decided by you. So you would say, you know, these are a Friday night, a Saturday night, and a Sunday night packages. And it's 4 different runs of a show, and I want all Friday performances. It's also another good option, obviously, when the performances are reserved seating, and again, they have to use the same seat map. So in addition to the package functionality, we also have the bundle functionality, which is right here. Bundles are useful for a few different situations, and I'm going to try to highlight as many as I can today. But what I really like to do is hopefully highlight how they work and what they can do. I'll give you some examples, but hopefully I'd like to set, you know, your brains and your brainstorming to kind of get started on the ways that hopefully bundles can benefit you. In packages as well, they're just not going to work for everybody, again, just because of the reserved seating aspect of it. The first obvious function of a bundle is going to be to provide you some flexibility, kind of in response to the fixed package model we just covered. So the bundle is going to be your go-to with any of your performances that you want to package or bundle together. If they're at different venues, if they use different maps or configurations, but especially if some of them are general admission or have general admission sections. So those are going to be your go-to. Again, if any aspect of any of your performances are our general admission. So I don't know why I didn't click home. I'm just going back a ton of times. It's kind of annoying. But here's the bundle here. So again, the first option, we'll call it a fixed bundle. So you're putting, a fixed set of performances within your bundle. You just need to be able to allow the customer a chance to pick where they're sitting. Because again, as with the package, the physical seat is chosen in the first performance, and then it's allocated across all those different ones, but it may not be available when I'm purchasing a bundle. So for example, if I just want one bundle here, I'm going to go throughout and be taken throughout each of the performances that are within the bundle and select my seats each time. So this one in this case, and we'll go over this in my next option, but this is a pick 4, so I'm going to pick the 4 shows that I want to go to, and then I would pick my seats and where I want to sit in each of those 4 performances. So for some additional flexibility, I have 3 more options. So the second option, maybe you have a series and offer a traditional, the fixed model package, but you also want to offer something, again, a little more flexible. So we'll call this option the Flex Pass. Maybe I like the Friday night package, but I know I cannot make one run's Friday night performances. So you want to give them a little bit of flexibility to either go to a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday throughout your season. The performances in the bundle are still fixed. So say we have performance A, B, and C, but I can essentially decide which performances I want to go to, not just all of the Fridays every single time. So that's also a good option. Again, even if you always offer your fixed model, is to just maybe throw maybe a Flex Pass online, and maybe you'll get some additional sales because they're not definitely committing to the Friday every single time. It hopefully will cut down on some exchanges and refunds too as well. So if I buy, that fixed model, that fixed package ahead of time, and I'm kind of committing to the Fridays throughout the year, it's kind of taking into account that I might not be able to meet, go to the Fridays every single time. So the third option is going to add a little more flexibility yet again. Say you have 10 performances in your season and you want to give the customers the option to pick any ones that they want to go to. So unlike our first 2 options, the performances aren't totally fixed. So the bundle includes, say, all of your 10 events, and then for 15% off, the customer needs to go to 6 of them. So you don't care which 6 they're going to, they just need to pick 6 to go to. So I'll go back to that one page, which is kind of exactly what I was talking about. Wait, did I miss it? So this one, in this example, there's 5 performances on my main stage, but if I pick 4 of them, I'm going to be eligible for a discount. But again, the organization doesn't care which ones I'm going to. I just need to pick 4 of them to be eligible for that discount. So we'll call this one the pick, pick 4, pick 5. And again, since we're using the bundle, this can be multi-venue, multi-seat map. So you can still offer, maybe a pick 6 of your 10 show season, but that can be in different locations. That can even include, something in a smaller theater that you have, a different location, and then again, maybe something that has a little bit different price levels. Option 4 is what I like to call a force bundle. It's for those situations when you can't use a package for one reason or another, but you want 2 or more performances to be required to be purchased together. And that can be for, different reasons too. My example that I have here, maybe there's like an up-and-coming comedian, and they're not, doing so hot. They need an additional marketing push. But you also have a well-known comedian that's coming maybe a couple weeks before. A bundle would also be a great option if you want to offer a discount to the up-and-coming comedian if they also purchase for the well-known comedian. So what happens is you'll put the 2 shows in the bundle together. They'll pick their seats in both of them, and then they'll automatically get that discount for the up-and-coming comedian. I don't think I have an example of those, unfortunately. I do not. Oops. So option 5 is going to be a little bit different, and it's kind of the main situation that I'd like to highlight, since its flexibility is pretty endless. And that is going to be bundling together non-ticket items with your event tickets. So things like parking, merchandise, food vouchers, gift cards. I mean, anytime you have non-ticket items for sale in your ticketing system, it needs to have a ticket, its own cart item. The bundle is a great option for those situations, as well as anything that you kind of either want to upsell to your customer or have them pre-purchase, like encourage them to pre-purchase maybe a voucher for, a hot dog meal with a soda. Or I know we have a lot of customers where they're in locations where their parking is getting a little bit tricky. So pre-purchasing your parking before you come is a huge one. But again, it's all about that pre-purchase and obviously that upsell and getting those folks to buy as much as they can. So the main thing I kind of want to wrap up with the bundle is going to be that it basically takes the place of a box office user. So it confirms for you online that the customer has qualified themselves by purchasing from a specific group of items, so then they can get a discount. So it's kind of like putting a bunch of stuff in your cart in the box office and then saying, oh, hey, you have at least 6, so let me change your pricing code to be a discounted price. It basically does that for you online. And these two functionalities, the package and the bundles, are available now for anybody on all of your ticket systems to use. But late last year, we released an enhancement to the bundles, which is called Flex Bundles. The Flex Bundle functionality was created based on our clients' needs to offer tickets and other items in a package deal, while still allowing the customers flexibility in either the amount of tickets they buy within the package or the number of guests attending each performance. So for example, in option 3 above, which was the pick, like the pick 4, right now you have to build a new bundle for each option you're giving the customer. So if you had a 10 event series and you wanted the customer to purchase 6 or more, you'd have to build a pick 6, a pick 7, a pick 8, a pick 9, and a pick 10, so that the website can verify that you have all of your events or your performances that you are in your bundle, and it qualifies you for the discount. In regular bundles, the customer also needs to purchase in the same price category each time. So if I put in 2 bundles at the price level 1 level, I'm getting 2 tickets in price level 1 in each of the shows every single time. In the new Flex Bundles, I have a little bit more flexibility. So let me bring up where is your, oh, here it is. I'm on Taylor's computer, so it's a different experience. Your mouse is much more efficient than mine. Okay, so here's the chart that I made. Again, it's just to highlight some of the differences between how bundles function now and then the new opportunities within the Flex Bundles. So you can decide if switching to Flex Bundles is something that will maybe fix a need or an issue or a pain point that you have right now. The Flex Bundles, it's most important, again, I can't stress it enough, to decide if they are going to work for you. You already have the regular bundles function, but we need to turn on Flex Bundles for you. So you can only use one or the other. So let's go through the little chart. So the first ones, the ones we've already discussed, the function, can the system apply pricing discounts in tiers based on the number of shows selected? Yes. So in your regular bundles, you can't do that. So the bundle is only based on the pricing code that's selected up front. So it's kind of like what we just were discussing. Like if I put in 2 bundles and I say what price I want, it's at price level 2, for example, it's going to put price level 2 into my cart, and those are the only seats that I can sit in. As I purchase online with the Flex Bundles, I can purchase in different price levels. So a good example, I know quite a few of you have situations where in your season, maybe sometimes I want to purchase the VIP or the Gold Circle tickets, but the other ones, I'm not, it's an artist that I don't, need to necessarily be in a meet and greet, and I can purchase price level 3 for the rest. The next one here is that this also means that the Flex Bundles can allow customers to choose a different number of tickets for each performance. As I just said, you're putting 2 bundles in your cart with the bundles how they are now. you're selecting that amount up front. With the Flex bundles, I can buy 2 tickets for all the performances for me and Dan to go, because we like to go to the theater together, but maybe, for one of them, I can buy 4 tickets because we can bring our partners too as well. The next one is that the customer can choose a variable number of shows within the bundle offering. The current bundles, you cannot do that, and that's the situation that entails the pick 6 or more that we looked at. So with the Flex bundles, you set your pricing per tiers. So pick 3 or 4 and then 6 or more, in a 10-show series. You're basically building one bundle, and then those prices are applied per tiers. You have to apply those per bundle in the current one. So you have, again, a pick 6 and so on and so on. The next one, what is the next one? Oh, allows customers to mix and match options within the preset list of events and performances, so that doesn't change. Basically what that means is throw whatever you want into the bundle and they can just pick from that. It's also available to sell online and promote in featured listings, so you can put it on your event pages, you can put it on the main page, all of those functionalities stay the same. There are also a few new features that I think will be really exciting for some of you, and I know that this was a kind of a big pain point for a long time, but the new Flex bundles are available to sell in the box office. As we were discussing earlier, the bundle kind of takes place of a box office user, where you put all of those performances or events or non-ticket items into your cart, and then the box office user essentially verifies that that customer is qualified for a specific discount. The new Flex bundles are available to sell in the box office just like a package. So you put the bundle in your cart and you select the seats from there. So it's a little bit easier in the box office. The customer can also add any number of non-bundle offerings into the shopping basket. So this one's pretty cool, and we'll jump into Flex bundles in the back end right after we go through this so I can show you. But essentially what it does is you can add a shopping cart call out to the bundle. The next one here is the system can optionally require 1 or more specific events as part of the bundle when more events are available than minimum selections. Basically, due to some of the nature that was needing to be done for some of this functionality to exist, there's obviously some caveats that are important to cover while you're deciding if Flex bundles are good for you. Currently, all of the customers can select specific seats on the current bundles, so they go throughout each performance and just select where they want to sit. Right now, they are on a quick pick selection, so you still can pick, price level 1, price level 2, VIP, 4 tickets here, 2 tickets here, 6 tickets there, but the system will select the best available through the quick pick with the current Flex bundles. So I'm going to hop out of here and then show you the Flex bundles real quick. All right. So normally or traditionally or currently, I guess, however you want to say it, with our current bundles, with this situation here where I have 3 or 4 events and say 15 and 5 to 7 and say of 20, I would need a pick 3, a pick 4, and then that discount would be 15, and then I would need a 5, 6, and 7 bundle. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bundles set up to allow customers to get that price. What I did in here with the Flex bundles is set tiers. So let's log in. All right. So previously with the other bundles, you would just say, hey, when people put 3 events in their cart, give them this pricing code. So now with the Flex bundles, what you do is you set pricing tiers. You set in your minimum and your maximum. So here you can see the pick 3 or 4, and then you pick 5 or 7. So it's more of a range rather than a set price. And then when you try to put the bundle in your cart, you still see those tiers here. And then similar to how it is now, I'm going to see all of my available events that are in the bundle, and then I'm just going to pick at least 3 or 4. This is where, again, I can pick in different price categories. So let me pick here. And I'm pretty sure it's Aladdin. that I set up. Nah, I did not. But if you had like a VIP or anything like that, and then I wanted to purchase again, maybe for rent, it was a little bit more expensive, so I just wanted to pick price category 2 in that. So I put everything in my cart. There we go. I guess kind of a good way, I'm going to go back to this page too so you guys can see that example. I think a good way to kind of define the main difference between the two bundles is that currently the bundle discount in the presentation is up front. So when I put the bundle in my cart, I'm telling you at this point as the customer, I'm going to pick 4 shows at this price level and this is how many bundles I want. So the customer, again, is kind of defining up front what a discount they're getting, you know, right from the get-go. So for example, again, I need 2 pick 6 bundles at the second price level. With flex bundles, the customer is almost building their order, their season pass, their flex pass, you know, whatever you want to call them, from the available performances and prices. Then when they get to the cart at the end, they're presented with how much that's going to cost. So for example, I want 2 tickets to this show at the VIP level. I want 4 tickets to this show at price level 3, and then I want 2 tickets to this show at price level 1, and then I get to my cart and then I see how much it is. But again, it really does depend on your series, your season, your offerings. And it's not even necessarily, I was talking about this with Dan yesterday too, it's not even necessarily only used for things that are, you know, traditional seasons or season ticket memberships. Bundles are great options, especially for those GA racetracks, rodeos, fairs, convention centers, arenas that have like expos. You know, you want to throw in a weekend pass, you know, where they get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 15% off. GA with bundles is great too, because since there's no seats to select, you skip that whole entire process and it just throws all 3 tickets into your cart. So it's a really great option for those general admission items too. And I think where that's a lot of the situations that we're kind of leaving on the table with the bundles, because again, just because, or if you are a venue that doesn't have a traditional season, or even if you are, there's other ways to use the bundles, even the packages to some extent, you know, in ways that maybe we're not thinking of, because we think we maybe just need to be limited to specific types of venues or types of situations. But I really do recommend, no matter what type of venue you are, really sitting down and deciding if the switch to flex bundles is right for you. You know, just like with any sales process or, you know, committing to something, you know, a new software or, you know, whatever, you kind of want to decide if it's going to work for you. But the old bundles don't fit into this new structure. It's a very square peg, round hole situation. So once we move you over to flex bundles, all of your old bundles are archived. Obviously, all your purchases, all your data, all of that stays the same. You just don't log in and see all of your old bundles. So I hope that makes sense. But actually, that's then a good time to go to questions, I suppose. So let me see if I have any. But so again, packages, fixed subscription, the bundles that you currently have right now, and then we have the new functionality, which is flex bundles that your client services rep does have to turn on. Patrons can't select their own season flex bundles. Just it's a phase 2 development item. We just wanted to get them out and available to folks. So it's down the road for sure, just not something that's available right now. I do not have a specific timeline, no, but I do know that it's up and coming. Any other questions? I know, Dan, did you have any questions?
Yeah, so if a venue decides they want to go with flex bundles, how long would it take to make that switch?
It's like all of our stuff that we can turn on right now. It's just kind of a little button that we can flick on. So it's no downtime and, you know, nothing like that. It's all it takes is, you know, telling your rep you want it on, then turning it on. I would recommend, though, not because of that, finding a time to switch to flex bundles because of the archiving of the old bundles. So you'll obviously won't want to flick it on like in the middle of your season and then get rid of all of those bundles in case you still need to sell them. So it does take a little bit of strategy as far as when you want to turn them on, but as far as like the amount of time it takes you, none at all. but you'll get them on, you'll rebuild everything, that kind of thing. So again, it just takes a little bit of timeline management on that, but as far as the turning on is concerned, no time at all.
Great.
Any other questions? Did I just do that good of a job?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan. So to kind of review the options that we have right now, obviously the package, that's going to be that fixed reserve seating. And then within the bundle, we have a couple of different options. We have that fixed bundle, which is kind of like what we just talked about. You know, I'm putting in performance A, B, and C, and I get all of those, but I'm just picking my seats. You're going to want like the FlexPass type of situation where it's, you know, what shows do you want to go to? I don't care how many, I mean, I don't care where you go, just pick 6, whichever ones you want to go to. So the next one is the pick, that would be pick 6, pick 7, pick 8, that type of option. Forced bundle would be, you know, to buy this, you have to get this. And then obviously with the non-ticket items, so things like parking, merchandise, food vouchers, VIP meet and greets, that kind of thing. Anytime you want to bundle in some non-ticket items with your event purchases. Is the GIF going? It doesn't look like it's going. Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
Thanks, Dan, for that contribution.
That's what we all really wanted to get to, right? Everybody was just waiting for me to stop talking. Well, I'm going to leave it up for just a couple more seconds here. If you have any other questions, please put them into that little questions panel. Did you have any more, Dan? Or?
Well, I just wanted to reiterate that we're open to setting up a call. All of our clients have very unique needs, so we'd love to go and learn more about what you want to do and give recommendations. For sure. Because we were saying it's a tricky situation as far as switching. So if you need Dan's assistance on that, if you have any other questions for me, please feel free to loop us in. I am AMI, Amy at Ticketforce. Dan is Dan, D-A-N, right? You have no secret confidence in your name. We have a question. Alex, you're killing it on the cues here. Can you give examples of non-ticket add-ons and what that looks like? I just realized that I took off my example, so I'll put it back on the demo site and I'll actually, we can even send out a link too if we want to. I think Taylor's going to put either a blog or a summary email about it, so I'll have her included in that. But I think I mentioned it earlier, but parking is huge right now for a lot of, it's something that we're hearing a lot of. Again, non-ticket items are really going to be those things that you want patrons to be able to purchase ahead of time. And I think that's why parking is a big one. Knowing where to go, them needing a ticket, offering them a discount for cheaper parking to buy ahead of time, encouraging them to buy parking. It may not even be discounted, but maybe they don't show up downtown, where there's a garage and they don't know where it is. This way they already have pre-purchased it and they can get into the parking with that voucher. Food is also another great option. Don't want them to wait in line or have to wait in line, that type of thing. Again, it doesn't even have to be a discounted price. It's just more incentivizing them to pre-purchase so they don't have to wait in line or maybe decide what they're going to order. They already know that they're going to get a hot dog and a Coke or a popcorn and then maybe getting a discount, but maybe not waiting in line, maybe just coming up. And they don't have to take out their cards. They don't have to take out their cash. They don't have to stop and get cash. So definitely things, again, that you want to pre-purchase, encourage them to buy ahead of time, incentivize any way you want. But yeah, parking, we see food a lot. VIP meet and greets are pretty big. Throwing those in the cart without the folks having to put a ticket in their cart and then change the pricing code to maybe a higher price. Then they have that ticket to get in, so that's kind of nice too. Maybe that ticket is good for a t-shirt or some other merchandise or 10% off at the restaurant down the street. So anytime that you want to have something else have a ticket, those are some great ways to kind of do that. So hopefully that helps. But I'll put it back online. I had one example about a parking, and I'll have Taylor send that out to you as well. Oh, wait. Did it not do it? Oh, there it goes. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Thank you.
And then our next webinar is going to be on Wednesday, was that 24th?
29th.
29th. How did I read that as a 4? Oh, no. Well, it's 29th, so it's usually at the same time, too, as well. So I'm not super keen on what the, I don't know what it is, but, you know, it's probably pretty cool. All right, but again, as usual, this will, you know, it's recording, so it's coming out. If you have any folks that missed it, please send it out. And if you have any questions, like Dan said, we'd be happy to talk to you. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. It's always a pleasure. I'm sure we'll talk to you guys soon. Say bye, Dan.
Bye. Have a good day.
Say bye, Taylor.
Bye.